Hello guys. Welcome back to Top 5 Choices. In this video we are going to do a detailed review and pick the top 5 best budget smartphones. So let us get started and the review based on our studies and small research. If you have any personal suggestion, do let us know in the comment section. If you are for the first time, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon for more videos. We will be also providing affiliates link to purchase from Amazon. Kindly use Twitter for best offers and purchase from anywhere in the world. So let's get started. The body of the Samsung Galaxy A51 has a similar design to that of the Galaxy A50s. We have an all-polycarbonate body, which is fairly light at just 172 grams, and quite slim too, measuring just 7.9 millimeters in thickness. The glossy body is prone to picking up fingerprints, but they're not too visible on our Prism Crush Black unit. The finish of the rear is a little slippery too, but thankfully Samsung provides a case in the box. The biggest change is the Infinity O display, which we're seeing for the first time on a Galaxy A series phone. It's essentially a single hole in the upper middle of the display, similar to what we saw on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Samsung might not have changed the design of the body too much, but having a hole punch display does give this phone a premium look, which we appreciate. The Galaxy A51 uses a Super AMOLED panel with a full HD Plus resolution, which produces punchy colors and good sharpness. It looks striking from the front, thanks to slim bezels all around. Samsung has stuck with the same Exynos 9611 processor as the Galaxy A50s, which in 2020 and at this price, feels a bit weak. The Galaxy A51 is available with 6GB or 8GB of RAM, and both variants have 128GB of internal storage. Other specifications include dual-band Wi-Fi 802.11 AC, Bluetooth 5, GPS. The G Power has a flat screen with a plastic frame and back panel. Our review unit is grey with a subtle semicircular pattern that almost looks like a large fingerprint, which is apt, since it accumulates fingerprints and smudges with ease. Motorola ditched the 1080p display on the 2020 G Power for a lower-res 720p screen. At 6.5 by 3.0 by 0.4 inches and 7.3 ounces, the TCL 10L isn't ugly by any means, but it lacks the level of refinement you get with the Moto G Power. The plastic back panel feels thin and would never be mistaken for glass. The camera stack is large and overbearing, and the black fingerprint sensor that sits right below it almost seems like an afterthought. They're minor issues, but they add up. The phone measures 6.38 by 2.98 by 0.33 inches and weighs 6.35 ounces. It's light enough to hold for long periods of time, but the extra width can make smaller hands cramp. The front of the phone is home to a 6.54-inch, 2340 by 1080 pixel LCD with a small hole in the top left corner for the selfie camera. The screen looks crisp, color accuracy is spot on, and it's bright enough to see in direct sunlight without any problems. The screen-to-body ratio comes in at 91%, most of which is from the pronounced bottom bezel. The back of the phone is blue and gives off a nice kaleidoscopic effect. That is pleasingly water-resistant, but does have some drawbacks. It lacks a headphone jack at the bottom, and because the display technology is slightly dated, it can suffer in bright light when you're trying to watch videos or the like. Apple might have stuck with the same design as the iPhone 8, but the innodes are much improved, notably the new A13 Bionic chipset inside, which adds speed nearly everywhere and really does improve the performance over the older 4.7-inch models. It's not quite at the level of the iPhone 12 range, but it's not far off, and getting the recent silicon means the iPhone has years of iOS updates ahead of it. The portrait mode doesn't work as well as on phones that pack a second, depth-sensing sensor for precise bokeh effects, and as a result you can be left with some odd-looking fringing around the edges of subjects. There's something very likable about the Google Pixel 4a's design. It's not flashy or in your face. In fact, it's the exact opposite, and yet it looks attractive. Google has used an eye-body polycarbonate shell with a soft touch matte finish. It looks nice and doesn't attract fingerprints. The Pixel 4a is relatively slim at 8.2mm and really light. At just 143 grams, the overall compact dimensions of the body and the rounded edges make it a very comfortable phone to handle. The volume and power buttons are placed on the right and offer good tactile feedback. There's a headphone jack on the top, a tray for a single nano SIM on the left, and a speaker and USB Type-C port on the bottom. The Google Pixel 4a only accepts a single physical SIM, but it does support an additional eSIM. The back has a capacitive fingerprint sensor, so there's no in-display sensor despite this phone having an old panel. This isn't a big deal, as the fingerprint sensor works very well and can be used to pull down the notification shade with a swipe gesture. However, there's no option for face recognition on the Pixel 4a. The Google Pixel 4a uses the Qualcomm Snapdragon 730G SoC, which is not the most powerful SoC you'll find in phones at this price, but is good enough. There's 6GB of LPDDR4X RAM and 128GB of storage, which again, are fairly adequate. The Pixel 4a supports 4G VoLTE, dual-band Wi-Fi AC, Bluetooth 5, NFC, and 4 satellite navigation systems. There's no wireless charging or IP rating, but you do get stereo speakers.